So COVID-19 has really trashed our educational system, hasn't it? Honestly, across America, life is rapidly changing. Yeah, COVID-19 has affected everyone's health in a major way, but it's also changed the way how people like me view education. A lot of us are asking ourselves, do we really need to go to college? Should we be doing something more meaningful? And honestly, I've also asked myself, are people being rushed out of school? Are medical professionals really qualified? Do they know what they're doing, what's going on? Who can help us right now? And when I sit there and I think about all of that, and I think about what I do and what I can do to help, I figured, why not make this video? Why not discuss how hundreds of schools and colleges are closing nationwide? Why some scientists are predicting that we won't have a cure or a vaccine or even some fragments of normal life until probably 2022. We just got to 2020. I don't want to think about 2022. Yeah, I have some goals set in place. I have some things I want to do before then. But honestly, I plan to travel this year. And yeah, it's not a big deal to lose an opportunity to travel. Honestly, there's people dying. So me having the opportunity to spend more time in the safety of my home, it's a luxury. But at the same time, I'm also someone who couldn't afford to travel before, and I'm currently in my gap year in between law school, and I've saved up money to do this exploration, to make myself a better student, so to speak. And yeah, all those plans flew out the window. But there's just so much going on right now, and there's just so many reasons to take a gap year. So I've been home from work since about March 15th, and so many other people my age have been physically out of school for about that long, or honestly longer. So it led me to think, did people see this coming? And then I realized that's not helping which way or the other. Whether people could have predicted this happen, whether anyone knows how this happened, all that I could do is tell you good ways to use your time, good ways to make your college applications, your grad school, your law school applications look better. So spending so much time inside has allowed me to realize that college students are no longer getting what they're paid for. They're no longer gaining those resources or networking or even honestly learning certain skills that they're paying huge tuition checks for. And yeah, you guys are like, why do you look so freaked out about it? I have a lot of college loans. A lot of you watching have a lot of college loans. So why would you want to go to grad school right now and take out loans for honestly a Skillshare.com system with Khan Academy quality classes? I'll wait. If you have a good answer, comment below in the comment section. I would love to know why you're going to school now. And yes, I've heard some people say, yeah, I got accepted into Harvard, I've got accepted into Yale, and I don't want to lose that opportunity. I don't want to miss this shot. And then I've heard other people say that they've gotten into other Ivy League schools off the wait list, and if other students didn't defer, they would have never got in. So some of us have a reason, but honestly, these are the 8 reasons why, even if that happened to you, you should still take a gap year. Number 8, to backpack through Europe. So, of course, this is a very unattainable goal right now. It's basically impossible to travel during a global pandemic, but there are certain simple ways to get around that. So the first one is visiting a neighboring country or state. So for example, I'm a New Yorker, which means that I could visit Connecticut or New Jersey. And I know some of you guys are like, alright, whoop-de-doo, you gotta go see the Jersey Shore. I've never been to the Jersey Shore, so this would probably be a cool time for me to check that out. Especially once I'm wearing my mask, I'm taking all my safety precautions, why not? I have some friends that they're gonna backpack through Mystic, Connecticut. And it's like, yeah, that's not much of a trip, but it's a trip nonetheless. As well as if you're watching this video from Europe, go on the CDC's website. See which neighboring countries have a partnership with your country. For example, I know that I think it was Greenland and Iceland, they could visit each other. There are so many places that have closed their border to the rest of the world, but they're allowing 1 or 2 other neighboring countries to gain access. So take that opportunity. Go there, explore. If you've been there before, go to a part you're not aware of. You might have a blast. It might be just as good as backpacking through Europe. So this also allows you to gain perspective. Now, yes, a lot of us travel for pleasure, and some of us travel to just have a different idea of how people live life across the world. You could do that in your own backyard. You could research lifestyle choices on Google, or like I said, you could see how someone lives in even the city next door to yours. So for example, I'm from the Bronx, and if you visit Staten Island, it's a completely other world. If you visit parts of Long Island, you don't even remember it's part of New York. So there's so many places that you could go, so many things to see. So use this time as an opportunity. Just make sure that you're being safe while you're doing it, and that if your city has a lockdown, you are following those orders, honestly, because we're at a stage now where we're basically living in military territories. So number 7, work as an au pair or teach English to people in Asia. So of course that is also semi-impossible right now, but like I told you before, there's always ways to get around it. So what is an au pair? An au pair is a young foreign person who typically is a woman, but of course could be a man, and that person helps with household work and childcare in exchange for room and board. So for example, if you've seen the show 90 Day Fiancé, some people come on a work visa. They'll say, oh yeah, I met my girlfriend while she was an au pair, or this cousin of hers is coming to my town as an au pair. What that person is doing is the government has allowed them a temporary stay in order to be helpful. So they are useful to a corporation or an individual. They are helping them get their kids ready for school. They're washing their dishes for them. They are doing everything under the sun to be almost like a caretaker, a family member, or even like a helper, a lack of a better word, like a maid. So yeah, it does have certain connotations attached to it, but it could also be a great way to learn about other people's cultures. So right now, most visas are not being permitted, of course, but you can be an online au pair. So that means you are meeting this family and you are giving them something that they cannot get in their own backyard. So for example, if you're interested in teaching someone your native language, for example, you could be a native Spanish speaker and meet a family that is fluent in English and wants their children to speak Spanish so they get better opportunities in the future. So this family might pay you a no-bill fee to just teach your kid a couple times a week over Zoom. Or of course, they might fly you out in the near future. When things open up, they might have fell in love with you and figured you're part of the family and just say, hey, we want to bring you up to live with us temporarily. And that right there is an opportunity. That is an open door that you walked right through just on your computer. So I know you're probably wondering, how is this beneficial to you? So if you are having issues learning English or another language that is that family's native language, of course you'll pick it up from the child, or you'll pick it up from whoever you're teaching. This family might also have the resources to send you goods such as food, clothing, or maybe even money so you could buy books or you could buy water, anything that you need that you're short of during this honestly troubling time. Because as much as everyone in America is complaining, there are people trapped in parts of the world that they just can't get what they need right now, and we should do everything we can to help them. So number 6 on this list is one of the most important ones: to volunteer. So anyone that is applying to university, law school, grad school, understands that these schools want you to have volunteering on your resume. They want to know that you're a kind person. They don't want someone that's just been traveling for their entire life. They want someone that was traveling to build houses in Africa. They want someone who was going down to their local soup kitchen and giving out food. Am I telling you to do this just to put it on your resume? Of course not. I'm telling you to do this if you want to do this. So volunteering means that you're doing something you're passionate about. So let's say, for example, I love making jewelry. So sometimes I'll make jewelry with kids. And yeah, that doesn't seem like much, but if you're with a child that has nothing and you bring them a couple beads and some string and you're giving them attention, you're giving them hugs, and you're helping them put the closures on the end of their necklaces, that means a lot to them. Honestly, that means more to them than so many other things that we have going on in this world. So volunteer. Do something you're passionate about, but do something that's helpful to someone else. And make sure that you're assisting someone that really needs the help. Even if that's just a family member. Maybe right now your grandmother needs help sorting out her medication. Or an older gentleman who's been in quarantine in a neighboring apartment needs you to bring him groceries. There's so many things that you could do to help without making yourself susceptible to COVID-19. Number 5 on this list is slowly write your college applications. So I know a lot of you are thinking, wait a second, why should I slowly write that? I could knock that out in like 2 weeks. Yeah, it's not so easy when you get to the law school level. I will admit it took me about a year to write my applications. And did it have to take me a year? No. But the more time spent, the more different people that I've sent it to and I've gotten their opinion, and I've just honestly made it a more well-rounded personal statement. I've been able to gather more information on my parents. I didn't even know what year my dad graduated from college. And when they asked me that, I was like, why do y'all want to know? Y'all being kind of nosy. But it was kind of cool to hear his stories about like, hey, back in the 70s, I went to school for free. I was like, people went to grad school for free back then? Why is this not us? Can you tell me? Why is this not? I know I want it to be me, but I want it to be you too. So not to get off track, the more time that you spend, the less stressful it becomes. So if you've been pulling out your hair to take your GRE, to take your GMAT, to take your MCAT, you don't need to do that anymore. Take your time, study. We can't go outside anyway. You have nothing better to do. How many episodes of Chicago PD can you watch? Okay, so you saw The Good Wife. I've seen it too. Come on. You could be better using your time. You could use this time to slowly write your applications and study for your entrance exams. So it doesn't matter if you're going into college, law school, especially for everyone going into college. You know that you have that one high school friend that's picking on you because you're the only one who did not get accepted into a school. Well, you have a whole year to plan. So if you want to go to Harvard, make that your wish. You could get into Harvard because you have a year. That person, they wrote their application in 3 months, and maybe they went to Harvard too, or maybe they went to another school that's their dream school. Good for them. Let's wish them all the blessings in the world. But now this is your time to shine. You have the time. You have the internet connection. You're watching this right now. So wherever you are, use your computer. Use every resource you have in your house to better your future right now. So the 4th thing on this list is work and save money. Okay, for everyone that's still here, thank you for watching, because I know when I said work, a lot of people clicked off because they lost their job. I'm honestly extremely sorry to hear that. It's been tough for everyone, even for people like me who currently have a job, but every day you're just like, I hope I don't get that call that I'm getting furloughed. It's rough, but this is also an opportunity. I see on LinkedIn on Indeed, on all these websites, they're hiring certain professionals. Go learn a craft. You could take so many courses online. We're in a time where, honestly, a lot of schools that could not legally teach online classes, all of a sudden everybody is Everest.com. And they're accredited Everest. So we love things that are accredited. So if you have a little bit of extra money to invest in yourself, go learn a skill so you can get a better paying job. And of course, save your money. Yes, what I just said was redundant. But even if you don't have a job and you're pinching pennies, maybe you can't eat dessert every night. It's better to have some food than none. So maybe you need to just save your money and limit your lifestyle choices. Become a minimalist. They have so many videos on YouTube about minimalist lifestyles and how to live frugal. Go watch one of those after you're done watching this video, because honestly, right now we all need to save money. And if you have a job and you're making enough, or you're working from home enough hours that you could put money aside for grad school, law school, medical school, do that. Because coming from someone who just got through 4 years of undergrad, and I don't know how I did it. I really don't know. Actually, no, I know how I did it. I had 3 jobs and it wasn't fun, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I don't want to do that in law school. I don't even think I'm allowed to work the first year. So I definitely don't want to have 3 jobs. So save your money. Right now, I'm working from the comforts of home. I have this backdrop behind me. I'm sitting on a cushion. I'm living my best life, Cherie. Well, or at least that's what I tell myself so I don't cry. But yeah, I've been inside and I'm saving my money by doing that. Side note, has anybody else noticed how much money you save when you don't use transit? I'm being serious. Anybody else that takes MTA, like this video, comment below, let me know how you're putting an extra $220 in your pocket a month time. I'm like, I've been here since March and my pockets are starting to look kind of fat. I'm not bragging, I'm just excited because I'm so used to there being sick passengers and trains going out of service and then seeing them pull that money in the beginning of the month, and I'm like, I didn't even pay Carnet yet, but they took my MTA money. But I'm not dealing with that anymore, so I'm ecstatic. So that leads me to number 3, buy a car or home. Yes, I know a lot of the things on this list are definitely meant for a time when we're not in a global pandemic. But anyone who bought a car in 2019, 2018, or even 2020, and you're brave for doing that, like this video if you're someone who bought a car or a house in 2020. Tell me how that's going in the comment section. I'm sending you all the blessings in the world because I know you need that help right now. So buying a car or a house, of course, is not always a priority. But if you're in a very rough home situation, and I know a lot of people right now are figuring out that their home life is not ideal. I have plenty of friends that recently moved out, yes, in the middle of a pandemic. I know people that left California and came to New York, and people that left New York and went to California because they just needed to get out their house. So this is a great time to save money to buy a home. This is a great time to save money to buy a car. Maybe you live in an area that there's no local supermarket. I know, honestly, sorry, just thinking about this is kind of rough. When they had the riots for George Floyd's death, as much as I loved everyone feeling liberated and everyone telling everyone that my life matters, that all Black lives matter, they burnt down a whole stretch in the Bronx. And friends of mine that rely on MTA, that don't have a car, realize just how important it is for them to get a car because they did not have a local supermarket. Their local supermarket was destroyed, and the next one wasn't for miles. There's so many people that live in New York and other urban communities that live in food deserts where the closest supermarket might be 40 minutes away from their house. Could you imagine if you don't have the money for a car or for even a bus trip and you have to push a cart 40 minutes away from your house and then you have to bring back a full heavy cart to your house? So yeah, if you live in an area like mine or an area that's even more desolate than mine, you need a car. So you need to either buy that now or you need to save for it in the future. Trust me, it works. It definitely makes life a lot easier. So the number 2 reason to take a gap year is to start a business. I'm extremely happy for everyone on YouTube that is starting a business. YouTube alone is a business. As a lot of you could see, I've had this channel for a few years now, and I haven't been a frequent uploader. I haven't had the time to honestly do anything in regards to YouTube. And now I'm getting so much work done from home that I have so much more free time to do things I love like this. So maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to start a vending machine business. I've seen tons of people talking about that on YouTube, people opening laundry mats, even people selling like candy bars next door. I know, it's different, but everyone has a business opportunity, and that opportunity starts right here. So yeah, that was kind of corny, but you know, it is sentimental because when you grow your business, when you cultivate an idea, it means a lot to you. And it'll mean a lot to your college applications, your grad school applications. If you put that on your resume, admissions counselors love that. They want to know that you're determined, that when you start something, you see it through. They want to know that you're passionate about stuff and you're passionate about actually putting your thoughts into action. So for example, I started a business 2 years ago and I didn't have much time to focus on it because honestly, I needed to make money. I couldn't afford to give 100% of my time to this business. So I had to supplement my income with an actual 9-to-5 job. Now that I'm able to do my 9-to-5 job at home, I've been able to get more clients, I've been able to do more. And yeah, it's a little rough because I own a videography and photography company. So yeah, I'm not shooting right now. But I'm doing consultations, I'm doing editing, I'm doing so many things that I could just do from my laptop at home. And I'm loving it. I'm enjoying making videos for both my channel and helping other people grow their channels. If you have any questions about how to start a YouTube, what you'll need, and of course the cheapest way to do it, definitely comment that below. I can make another video or reach out to me personally. I also know tons of people that they're selling weave. They're selling eyelashes. They're selling everything under the sun. Just, you know, hopefully you're selling something positive. Always try to do something positive. But yeah, start a business. This is your time. Like I mentioned before, you have so many hours in the day to do something you love. Start today. And the number 1 reason to take a gap year is to become happy and independent. There are so many people that honestly did not realize they were unhappy until they ended up trapped in situations that they don't want to be in right now. If you are someone in a situation you don't want to be in right now, reach out to someone. Reach out to me, reach out to a family member, reach out to a friend. Let them know what's going on. Let them know what your situation is and how they can help you. Because honestly, your mental health is the most important thing right now. It is extremely important for you to be happy with yourself. Life is short. We all have things that we have to do, but we don't all get to do things that we want to do. So take this time to do that. Figure out what you're passionate about. Figure out what makes you happy. Maybe you need to become more organized. Maybe you want to fall in love. There are so many reasons to just take a few minutes a day to figure out what's going on inside, figure out yourself, and figure out how to become more independent and happy. Now, I hope that everyone will consciously think about these 8 reasons to take a gap year, because there are 2 types of prospective college students, and you honestly don't want to be either of those 2. The first one are students that are going because it's a societal norm. So you're going just because everyone expects you to go, or because your parents are forcing you to go. Some of these people have no idea what they're doing, and they spend countless hours and money trying to figure that out. You don't want to be someone that spent 4 years studying chemistry, but you hate chemistry, but your dad wants you to become a scientist, and your mom wants you to become a millionaire, so you just did it anyway. Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to have that degree, and you're not going to work in that field. And of course, you're going to have the loans to go with it. The second type of prospective student is a student that goes in with a clear goal, but will most likely change their major. So I had tons of friends that did this. They went in saying, I'm going to be a detective, so let me study criminal justice. I want to be a nurse, so let me finish this nursing program. And when they got into their 3rd or 4th year and they took a few liberal arts classes or like the extra classes that you have to take to graduate, they realized, wow, communication arts is pretty dope. Or, I want to be a theater major. And yeah, it doesn't have to be that extreme, but that's also pretty rough. If you've spent so much time working on a degree to realize that you're going to have to spend an additional 3 years to finish another degree because you don't really care about what you were studying, you just thought that because when you were 5 years old, you said you were going to be a scientist. So now that you're 25 years old, yeah, things change. We all change as people. Honestly, there's no better way to say it. We all grow and we learn, and some of us learn this when it's too late. When your bank account is barely active after you finish paying your bills, or when Sally Mae is calling you every hour on the hour to figure out where's her money, it's too late. So you don't want to be that person that wasted 3 years and decides to do another 3 years. Even if you take a gap year right now, even if you focus on your family, you focus on yourself, and you just say, yeah, Yale could wait. I'm done picking on Harvard. So let's say Yale could wait. It might even out at the end. So yeah, you might start as a 21-year-old college freshman. There's tons of 21-year-old college freshmen, and they're doing just fine. You might not be the youngest person in the class, and that was your goal. And yeah, there are some people that's their goal. They're like, I want to finish law school by the time I'm 22. I want to take the MCAT by the time I'm 19. That might not be you, but you know what could be you? A very happy, well-rounded person with a great resume because you took a gap year. Someone who speaks 2 or 3 languages because you took a gap year. And most importantly, someone that got to help someone else because you took a gap year. So I just gave you 8 reasons why you should take a gap year. If you want to find out why I personally decided to take a gap year before law school, please comment down below. Please like this video. Please send it to a friend and tell them to send it to one next friend and another friend and that friend's cousin, and just keep sharing it. And also, I would like to introduce my law school channel. So my second channel that you'll see right there, it's entitled Exquisite Esquire. And basically that channel will be a mix of what I've learned throughout my law school application process and just basic etiquette tips that I've realized over the years that not everyone got the opportunity to learn. So I want to be as helpful as possible. I want to show you everything that I've learned over the years and everything that I did that you should not do. So if you're interested in seeing law school content, if you're interested in finding out things from how to drink wine or what fork is your salad fork, like honestly, just a mix of professional level content. Subscribe to this new channel. I have a video on there right now that is a book review. It's a book that I love, that I think every prospective college student and even just other grad school students should read. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was a long one, but thank you for getting through it with me and listening to me rant about everything going on right now and how honestly it's just it's tough. It's really weird to figure out what's going to happen tomorrow, much less what's going to happen a year from now. So thank you for listening to my 8 reasons why you should take a gap year.